Alright guys, welcome back to another draft analysis. I'm Ace, and right now we're into day 3 of the Dota Pit Minor. We have Fnatic going up against OG in a best of 1. The next few series will all be best of 1s and all elimination, so it's gonna be pretty exciting to watch. Okay, so in this first best of 1 elimination match, let's see how the draft unfolds to see who has a better chance going into the match. OG had first pick. They banned away Bane, Winter Wyvern as well as Lich. This is the three top position 5 hero, I would say, in the current meta. At least from what we see in the past few days, Bane is really strong. Wyvern and Lich as well. They since 7.06 until now, they have been one of the top picks, and many teams are favoring them as their position 5 hero. Fnatic, on the other hand, they banned away the Beastmaster, which, to be honest, it looked really broken, especially when 11 played yesterday against VP. The hero looks way too strong. I feel like he needs some nerf. The level 4, the wall where he summoned the boar, the hawk, and one creep. The creep is actually the big creep, so it's actually insane. He can summon Centaur, he can summon Satyr. It's really powerful in my opinion. Fnatic, they target ban Jerax Spirit, which OG prioritized a lot in the match yesterday, and it makes sense because, like, a new patch, you want to play your comfort heroes. So yeah, banning away your opponent's best hero on one of their players is pretty standard. And the AA as well. Okay, so AA is another of the position 5 hero that many teams like to pick, but I think OG isn't one of them. I don't recall like Fly liking to play this AA hero. In my like from the past, I see him more as those kind of dazzle defensive support, or like Phoenix, Winter Wyvern. So I'm not sure exactly why this AA is being banned now. Maybe Fnatic is planning like DP or some form of heroes that will involve healing. Anyway, Fnatic, they OG with first pick, they went for Brewmaster for S4. This hero is actually really strong in this current meta, at least. Maybe not in this patch, but in this current meta, he looks really strong. Like, according to how the game goes, it feels that this Brewmaster always has impact regardless. Teams always have to fight around him, and it's always causing a lot of problems in their team fights. So I think it's a very justified first pick, especially when S4 can play it so well. It's a very strong offlaner as well, considering he got evasion and he can make your opponents miss chance. So in general, this hero is really strong in lanes and contribute a lot in the mid game team fights. Fnatic, they respond with Night Stalker, Shadow Shaman, two heroes that I would say Night Stalker has fallen off a lot, but I think he has still some potential in him as a position 4, which is most likely being played as now in this game. And Shadow Shaman, considering there's so many position 5 heroes already banned, Shadow Shaman is probably one of the next in line, I would say. And Night Stalker and Shadow Shaman both have ways to so-called shut down this Brewmaster if they can catch him off, and preventing him from getting off his ultimate. So Fnatic already, you can see that they are trying to have some ways to deal with this Brewmaster in the team fight, hoping to probably burst him down before he gets off his ulti. That's always the optimal. And OG, they go back for the Jerax Clockwork. This was one of their opening yesterday as well, if I remember correctly. And Clockwork is a really strong hero against Shadow Shaman. Like, if you can cox the Shadow Shaman in with Petrol Assault, the Shadow Shaman is probably dead if he doesn't have 4 stuff. He can't do anything. He probably can drop wards, but I don't think it's going to make much difference. Clockwork will still kill him. In the second phase, Fnatic banned away the Witch Doctor as well as Necrophos. The Witch Doctor ban intrigues me again as well. I mentioned that these are not heroes that, if you want to target position 5 heroes, I think you should target more towards the kind of hero that Fly likes to play. So if they ban heroes like Dazzle or Phoenix here, I'll find it more understandable. But they choose to go for this kind of probably in their opinion is a stronger pick, but in general, but not specifically towards a team like OG. Okay, so Fnatic, they also banned the Necrophos, and I'm not sure, but Fnatic bans are very specific in a sense that it makes me feel they have a specific core they want to pick in mind, but those heroes that they ban are actually counters to them. So let's see what what's the call that Fnatic is planning to go for? Probably Eternal Envy or Excalibur. Anyway, Fnatic is a team that really likes to play Visage on their mid Excalibur. I think he's one of his comfort heroes and best hero, but to be honest, they haven't had much success with their hero in general. Or to be fair, they didn't have much success at all. Basically, they don't look like a very strong team now. Okay, so OG, they ban away Bat Rider as well as Slug. Bat Rider is a very strong initiation hero. Is a hero that can pick off, as I mentioned, pick off Brewmaster before he gets his ultimate off. And Slug, I can't think of a fair reason for the Slug ban, but probably they want to play a lineup and they feel that Slug can go ham against their lineup. So maybe that one I'm not too sure. Okay, so for Fnatic, they pick up the Razor as well as Nature's Prophet. And this Nature's Prophet pick here makes the Witch Doctor ban makes a bit more sense, because Witch Doctor is pretty strong against Nature's Prophet in the lane. Like in the laning phase, he would like to pull the creeps with his Treants, and Witch Doctor is one of the few heroes that can actually stop it. And it's very irritating when you have you're trying to micro your Treants and they get stunned, and because Treants are creeps, they get stunned for a very long duration. And Nature's Prophet sometimes he relies on like playing his hero to the limit in the offlane and then TPing out in time, but Witch Doctor with his cast is actually very powerful against a hero like Nature's Prophet on the offlane. OG, they go for the Disruptor for Fly. As I mentioned, a lot of his heroes are there's a lot of position 5 hero already removed, and he probably felt that it's not a good Phoenix game in this because of the lack of so-called, they don't have a spell that keeps hero together. Hookshot into Cox is one, but like as a Phoenix, you want to have more of a team fight potential in around your lineup, something like a Chronosphere, but they are not planning to go towards that route. So Disruptor feels like the more stable position 5 hero, and Disruptor is very good at cancelling Shadow Shaman's Shackle as well. You can just glimpse him away. It's also a very good tool against Razor. If let's say Razor want to come into static link one of your heroes, you can just glimpse him away and you'll most likely break the link. OG, they respond with Terrorblade. There's two carries that are very good against Nature's Prophet in the lane. One is Servant, one is Terrorblade. Terrorblade has very high armor, and with his Metamorphosis, he can definitely burst down on Nature's Prophet as long as he has +1. So with his high armor, he doesn't really take a lot of harassments from Nature's Prophet's Treants, which is one of the strongest points of Nature's Prophet as an offlane. It's also a very strong carry against Razor. Razor is not the kind of hero that does well against illusion based hero. And No Tail, I believe No Tail is the one playing it. I mentioned that OG is a team that focus a lot on resolution, having farm priority, but No Tail comes to me as the Terrorblade player. In the past, all his specialties were all the illusion based hero like Terrorblade, Naga Siren, and can't think of another. I know there's one more, but suddenly it just slipped my mind. But yeah, in general, it's just his illusion based hero is really strong. So let's see. Fnatic decide to ban the Puck, and OG bans the Medusa, because since they know that this Terrorblade is going to be No Tail's hero, Resolution is most likely going to play some sort of team fight / base creating hero for the Terrorblade. They cannot pick something too greedy for Resolution anymore, and they go for the Venomancer. Okay, so it makes a bit more sense. They might still switch it up, but I still feel that No Tail is more like the Terrorblade player and Resolution will be playing the Venom this game, which is something OG hasn't done in a long time. I think the past 10 games or something, Resolution has been the number 1 farm priority hero and No Tail is the sacrificial carry. OG, they ban away Medusa. It's a hero that Fnatic is very comfortable playing with on Eternal Envy. And I think they used Medusa to take one game off of VP yesterday as well. So it's probably just a ban towards a comfort pick. Venom is a mid hero that can lane very well against Razor, or at least decently well. I don't think it's favored either way. So yeah. Fnatic might put this Razor in a safe lane just because it's a very strong laner against Brewmaster. Like any melee hero suffers heavily against a Razor because Razor can just run you down and steal your damage, and it's very hard for you to stay in the lane. And they can pick something out that can lane well against Venomancer. Maybe Sniper here? Okay, they go for the Dragon Knight. So they want to have a bit more tempo in their lineup. their line is pretty strong in the terms of death ball. They're very strong at pushing. They got Shadow Shaman ultimate. Razor is good at pushing as well, and Dragon Knight DK, definitely a pushing hero, and not forgetting Nature's Prophet. Dragon Knight is a good laner against Vano as well. And so yeah, OG actually switched it up. So they still decide to put Resolution on the more farm intensive hero, putting him on the Terrorblade, and Notia on the Venomancer. Resolution might be going mid with this TB, because he can definitely lane just well against the Dragon Knight. He won't face much issue. And Venomancer is a very strong laner against Nature's Prophet in his own ways. Okay, all in all, I feel that Fnatic need to get a lot done in the early game. They have a very they draft a lineup that wants to win their lanes, especially when they got the Razor up against Brewmaster, the Nature's Prophet in general, which can always create this +1 gang potential globally. So they want to be able to win the early game and probably take like 5 to 6 outer towers in the first 25 minutes, I would say. And from there on, they probably want to try to secure Roshan, try to shut OG back into their map, just like how yesterday when there's one game, VP versus VG Gaming. VG Gaming did a very good job. They had I would say they had the lousier later game draft, in a sense. They were having a lifestealer up against a Terrorblade, and Terrorblade is known to crush a lifestealer in the late game just because of how easily kited the lifestealer can be against a Terrorblade, and the huge amount of damage a Terrorblade can actually dish out in the team fight. But VG didn't let that happen. They put on a lot of pressure onto VP, and they were unable to get their Terrorblade online. So this is exactly what Fnatic needs to do this game as well. They need to pressure the lanes of OG. They need to pressure OG in the mid game. They need to stuff out OG, which might not be the easiest, because OG has very strong team fights as well. In the mid game, they can definitely fight with Brewmaster ultimate, Venom ultimate, as well as they still have Disruptor to catch whoever that is lingering or the straggler of the Fnatic side. So I think OG has a very comfortable all-rounded draft. They has early game sustain against the lineup of Fnatic. They have the late game potential of the Terrorblade scaling extremely well as well. So I'm gonna favor OG here, and also I feel they are just in general the better team. I really don't have a very good impression of this Fnatic lineup. And draft wise, their lineup definitely have some area where they can execute to perfection and try to take down, let's say, the first set of Rex by the 30-minute mark, but I'm not sure if they're good enough to execute it to that level. So yeah, I'm for sure going for OG in this game, and that's all for Game 1's draft analysis. Hope you guys like it, and if you do, please support me by subscribing to my channel, liking my video, and leaving some comments below as well to let me know how you feel. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.